Oops. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode, our second episode of Get to the Point. I am Jim McPhee, and I want to say it's been a pleasure having you guys here with us tonight. It's been fun trying to do this show. I got a new, fresh panel for everybody here tonight. So let's introduce the panel. First, I would like to bring up Mr. Brian Cady. You can see him on Cady's Corner, White Heat, and you've got a bunch of other shows on Godzilla Media. Brian, why don't you tell everybody about that?
Yeah, I mean, the two main shows are White Heat, which is a pro wrestling podcast. Comes out every Monday or Tuesday night, depending when we get to recording. And then Katie's Corner right now, an MLB featured podcast that comes out every Thursday morning. Might expand to all sports once baseball season ends. Depends on what the boss man decides, if I get the chop or not. But that's it as of right now. And then otherwise, I'm a sports PA announcer, so I'm just a loudmouth who somehow gets a microphone once in a while.
I love it. Well, you're going to get the microphone here for us tonight and get to voice your own opinion on some of the biggest topics here. All right, next up, we got my partner in crime on Football on the Know. This show is brought to you by Football on the Know. There he is, the other half of me. It's Joe.
What's going on, know-it-all? Welcome back. Wrong show. Okay, I know I'm just a contestant on this one, but hey, you know what? Every Wednesday night, we love talking football. We cover all 32 NFL teams, and we love football so much. We have a strong passion for it. Make sure you check us out on YouTube or Facebook. Football on the Know Show. Let's go.
All right, excellent. Way to hear your opinions. Not really, though, Joe. All right, here we go. Next, we've got Stacy. Stacy, you can find her on a Football World discussion group. She is a co-creator of that and a Cowboys fan. Stacy, pleasure to have you here with us.
Well, thank you for having me. I shit post on a Football World. That's what I do.
That's excellent. And next up, we've got my buddy Mike Mack. He is a musician. He is such a talented dude all around, and a Bears fan right there with a son that is a Packers fan. Now, how the hell did that happen there?
I feel like it's where I failed in life.
Right. So he's out of the will. He just doesn't know it yet, right?
Yeah, I'm still licking my wounds from Sunday night. It was the worst.
Oh, right. Yeah. How bad is that? You win that rain game, and then all of a sudden that happens. Huh?
I knew that you couldn't tell what that team was going to be by that rain game, and well, now we saw what they're going to be Sunday. It was bad. It was pretty bad.
Excellent. Well, there you go. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a pleasure having you guys here with us. So, again, the name of the game here is Get to the Point. The only way to get points is to get to your point. You have 30 seconds. All right, 30 seconds. I can either mute you. I'll give you some points. You'll hear a dinging like this, like that. If you don't, I'll give you a buzzer. If I don't really like what you're doing, you lose a point. And then at the end of each round, I declare a winner, and then at the end of all of it, there is an overall winner, and then you get 30 seconds again to discuss whatever you want, whether it's, again, promoting your shows again or whatever you might want to do, go off about your team, whatever you might want to do. All right? All right, so let's get started here. First of all, in the chat, I've got Demir Nader in the house with us tonight. Demir, pleasure having you in here. He is a Packers fan. Go Pack, go. So there you go. There's one against you, I guess, Mike, right? All right, here. So here we go. Let's get to the captions here. And my first one, and I think I'm going to start off with Mike. I'm going to give you 30 seconds here. The first one is, what's the worst pizza topping ever to put on a pizza here? Here we go.
This is easy. Easy. Pineapple. There's absolutely no reason to put pineapple on pizza. The salty and sweet do not go together. It's just not It should not be legal. I think I'd rather have anchovies than pineapple on pizza. That's
Mhm.
pretty much all I need to say about it.
That's all you need to say about it. Yeah, there you go. So you didn't even need the whole 30-second timer. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough. It's funny. I remember this would being a big topic for you because I think even on Facebook you posted the best way to eat, I think, a pineapple pizza, and you threw it directly in the garbage or something like that. I thought that was classic. Excellent. All right, so next up we'll go to Mr. Brian Katie here. You got 30 seconds. What do you think? Worst topping to ever think of to put on a pizza here? Oh, let me let the 30-second timer run out here first. Sorry about that. I
No,
apologize.
you're good.
Here we go. Now 30 seconds. There you go. You got extra time.
I mean, I understand the pineapple argument, and I personally would not be a pineapple person on pizza. I have to lean toward anchovy, a little too briny in my opinion. And if you're going to try to pair it, at least you can pair pineapple with something that's kind of savory, like, like a sausage or a ham or something like that. Anchovy, there's nowhere else to really go to kind of pair it and try to tone down the brininess. So I'm going to go with anchovy on this one.
I hear you. I hear you that one again too. And has anybody ever here in the group had an anchovy before?
No.
You have? All right. So you guys, no, you haven't, Joe?
Nope.
Brian has.
No.
And it's just no good. Just salty, right? You said, is that what it is?
It's just salty. Too much C for me. Just
Yeah.
a little too
I
much.
smelled it. It doesn't smell nice.
She did the smell first. Like, no, I'm good on that. Excellent. All right, Joe, here you go. You've got 30 seconds. See if it's something different than anchovies, but here we go. What survey says.
I'm going to say something different because
All right.
that's what I like to do, something different. I'm going to say bacon. I mean, I've seen
What?
bacon go on pizza before, and here's the thing. Bacon is for breakfast. Why would you throw it on pizza? It's not Italian. It doesn't go on there. It doesn't belong. So I would say bacon, hands down, no question.
Wow, bacon. Man, dude, how do you do that to bacon? I mean, one thing about bacon, I'll voice my opinion on bacon here. I like bacon. I'm sure it's a great thing. It's breakfast. I get it. You can have it on whatever. I enjoy it on pizza. But what's the infatuation with pizza, with bacon? Like, people infatuate about bacon, like peanut butter and pumpkin spice or something. I just don't get it. Like, bacon's good, but I don't think there needs to be like a bacon lovers club and things like that. And bacon's like the be all end all love of everything. I mean, you guys feel me on that?
It's just everybody pushing for it all the time.
It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
it's a dominant taste. That's why. If like you have a
Time to cut it out. You can't have it on everything.
that's what you taste. The bacon.
I hear you. There you go. Demir agrees with the pineapple pizza. There you go. No, he says it slaps, so I think that's good, right? But Joe, is that what that is? I'm not
Yeah,
cool with the
that's
whole lingo. I don't get that.
Slaps is good.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So it's
You got
good. So it's
kids
good
who
then.
don't
So
know
good.
what slaps means? What's wrong
No,
with you?
no. I try and teach them better. Like, no, I don't do it. I don't know what slaps. I'll
Slaps?
slap you if you keep talking like that. I don't know. Forget about it.
Listen, Joe, I'm gonna give you 3 words: chicken, bacon, ranch. Come on.
Oh,
Mm.
yes. Yeah,
Mm.
I'm loving that. All right, next up, we've got Stacy here on this. And Stacy, sound off on some pizza here. Can you think of anything that's worse than anchovies right now?
Well, I feel like I'm on the
Joe's-
Family Feud. Like, things have been taken off the board, so you gotta go inside the board. So you can't do anchovies, which is actually the worst. And I have
It's the
seen
worst.
pumpkin spice everything. Now, I've not eaten that pizza, but what I tell you I will not eat is a pumpkin spice pizza. That's not happening. Beyond that, though, I'm going to go a little controversial. I don't like those big balls of sausage.
Really?
They're really greasy, like really greasy. And you eat them in like 5 minutes.
Stacy got muted. Too long. Sorry, Stacy. But you're on. You're back in the show with us. But you just got muted there. But so there you go.
You heard
The
my little
meatballs though. But you know what? So what do you think when they do put the is it meatballs or is it like the ball sausage? Is it
The
just
sausage, the little
the sausage? So do you even like sausage at all?
I love sausage.
So do
I
you like
don't
when they put the real
I
sausage,
don't
but not
like-
the fake processed balls, right?
If I'm going to eat pizza, it's going to be a big, greasy, thin slice, big slice from like DC, and it's great and greasy. But when you put those balls on, it's like a ball sitting in a pile of grease. You just dump it over. No.
I'm so
I'll
glad
eat
we
it, though.
clarified this is a pizza conversation first.
If you invite me to your house and you've ordered that pizza, I'll like eat around it and quietly put balls in your plants or something. But
All right, I think we're getting now too much into balls and greasy balls and how they taste. All right, we're good on that one.
I
But
mean, you asked me to be here, so
yeah, I know. I hear. I love it. I love it, Stacey. That's why I had you here. All right, when I tally up the votes, it's going to be tough, but I like Brian Katie wins that round here. Round one. All right, he's got it with 2 points here.
because
So
he got the anchovies.
he went to the anchovies. I get it, but I also let people go around. Like I gave you a point two or so, and for the pumpkin spice thing, that was original. But when you started into talking to the anti-sausage and the balls, I'm like, well, I get your point. So it kind of evened out. And Mike got a -1 and Joe got -2 so, for the bacon. Again, even though I am not on the bacon lovers club, you don't hate the bacon on the pizza.
Had to pick something different. That had to
Yeah,
go.
I hear you. Maybe you did. Yeah, we'll see.
That's all right. I'm ready
You
out.
could have said pumpkin
He's going
spice
down.
like Stacey did.
It's going down.
I've never seen pumpkin spice on a pizza.
Well, and that's probably why, because it's probably the worst thing ever, right?
Hopefully we don't.
All
Watch.
right,
There will be a pumpkin spice pizza this year.
All right, here I'm going to get to the next one here, and this is going to be an NFL question. This should be interesting here. This should be everybody probably have a different opinion on these ones, right? So here we go. Let's get into it. Out of the NFL teams without a win, which is more disappointing out of those guys here? And I'm going to start off with let's start with Stacey first here. She's looking like she's ready to talk. Let's get it, Stacey. Here we go. You got 30 seconds. If your Cowboys lost, that would have been great.
We
if you
gotta
brought up
win.
that.
We gotta
No, you
win.
didn't.
We gotta win.
It looks like you're gonna cry. Like you just had some
It's
of
the
those
Bears.
losses. The Bears? Oh man.
Like I keep hoping. Like I remember that like 1980s, the Bears, and I keep like, but no. So for me, it's disappointing because I really do like secretly hope for you, and I just want you to destroy the Packers for real. But I like the Packers. That being said,
I'm sorry, Stacey. You already went past your 30 seconds, man. You like to talk a lot. Let me tell you, you get past that 30 seconds, and you even brought up the Bears, which actually had a win week 1. So they're not even winless at this point. Are you listening to the questions? No.
winless. They just seem winless. I don't know.
Stacey, I know. You just hate the
Yeah,
Bears. I
here's
guess.
the
She wanted to find Mike. She wanted to find a point where she could bring up the Bears and how much she hates them. Right. You've been even the
I
Philadelphia
forgot about
Eagles.
that week 1.
Demir, he's out there. He says definitely the Colts. Let's see what Brian Katie says here. How about that? Brian Katie, you got 30 seconds here. Which is the most disappointing out of these winless teams?
I mean, I'm not going to totally go ham on the Colts because they didn't have Michael Pittman the other day, so I'm not going to go crazy on them. The obvious answer people would want to point out probably is the Bengals just because they happened to be in the Super Bowl last year. I'm going to go a different way. The Las Vegas Raiders did everything under the sun to try and make themselves contenders in that AFC West, which is crazy deep right now. And you lose your first 2 games the way you did, especially to Arizona the other day? No, thank you. It's the Raiders.
All right, there you go. Right on the dot there. He knows his time. Radio professional right there, Brian Katie. Absolutely. He knows how to get it in there. He's pointing across right in the time. I like it. Raiders, yeah, who knows? Who knows what to think with that one? Those guys had I think some high expectations here. Josh McDaniels coming in there and the crew. Before we get to Joe here, and maybe it's his Raiders as well, let's bring in Mike Mack here, who is a Bears fan, which the Bears actually have a win. But here we go. Yeah,
One win.
One win, but it's early. There you go. So you're at 500 already. Mike, here you go. You got 30 seconds, bud.
All right, I'm gonna go. I definitely wanted to go Bengals right off the get-go, but I agree that's kind of the brown bag answer. I'm gonna go with the Titans. I just feel like that they have potentially the best running back in the league, and to not be able to produce anything with him right now is a little disappointing. So I'm gonna go with Titans.
All right, there you go. I like that one too. Again, the Titans. Again, last year's the number 1 team going into the AFC.
Yep.
Number 1. So
Yeah.
looking pretty good. And it was funny is they were getting some wins without Derrick Henry. He comes back healthy for the playoffs, and they get taken out just like that. And then looking for different expectations here this year, and not having AJ Brown there, how are they going to react and be, with the receiving core? And you kind of have seen it. It's been a mixture of guys, drop balls, Phillips, and Derrick Henry not being able to run the football. That's your identity. And it's not there right now at this point. You get beat by the Giants week 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. I'm a Giants fan, and I'm like, I just wanted them to play hard, but I wasn't expecting that.
AJ Brown, Robert Woods.
Yeah, no, I know. I hear you there, though. But, I mean, again, when AJ Brown has been with Tannehill for a few years, you know each other there. You're on the same page. Maybe they still have to do a little bit of growing pains. You would think that with Robert Woods, being a professional and being in his league for a while, but then also coming back from injury, too, as well.
Yeah.
So who knows? Next, Joe, you're going to be last, but certainly not least here. Here you go. You got 30 seconds.
No, we're missing the point. It's the Bengals. It's absolutely the Bengals. They go all the way. They make it closest into the Super Bowl, and then they fail. And then what do they need to fix? Offensive line. They go ahead and do that. So that makes them even more dangerous. Of course, they're the lead horse in the race. They were supposed to be winning right now, and they're not. As far as the Raiders go, no offensive line, no D tackles. That's why they're suffering right now. There you go, Bengals.
Boom. Joe coming in there with the Bengals. And again, like you said, yeah, that would probably seem like the obvious answer here. But there's definitely those teams that you guys all went through. There's cases for that. Absolutely. What they've gone through. As we tally up the points here, Joe ends up just taking it by a point here too with the Bengals here, but it was close. And I know Bengals seems like the easy answer for everybody, but I kept it fair with points. Mike and Katie, you guys were tied in that one. But still with Joe's -2 points, he only still comes up with 1 point. So there you go. So in this, the whole thing in the over round, Joe is still behind there. And Stacy, this one is right up your alley here. So I'm going to get you set up with this next one. All right, here we go. Stacy, this one's for you. What is the correct way to hang the toilet paper roll? All right, this is a debate that's been going out throughout the centuries here. I'm ready to hear you guys' opinion. Stacy, let it rip.
Okay, the only way the toilet paper should go is over the top. If it's over the bottom, you have to pull and reach and like grab on the back, and that doesn't even make sense. You pull it, you stop it, you use it. Over the top, under the bottom is just like pulling and wasting toilet paper. It's ridiculous. There's no reason for anyone to ever go from the bottom. And if you think, it's not a difference, there is a difference. Don't do it.
There you go. And she made it within 30 seconds, everybody.
Finally.
I should give you a bonus point for that one. There you go. Excellent. All right. So, over the top. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe people were growing up in a different household. They got a different opinion.
Only way.
Yeah. Well, let's see. How about Joe? Joe, let's go right to you.
It's got to be over the top.
Over the top, too, as well?
It's over the top. It's as easy as that. Listen, there's been several times when I've had to try to grab the toilet paper quick, and I jam my fingers against the wall if it's going up against the wall. It can't happen like that. Over the top, you got plenty of room. You can roll it right off of there, get the length that you need, and go to town, baby. That's it. Over the top.
All right. Sounds like you're describing something else I enjoy, too, as well. Over the top. Get your hands underneath, and you maybe jam your fingers. Yikes. Man. All right. Who knows? Maybe that's another topic on one of the next shows moving forward.
Wow.
Maybe we'll invite Stacy on for that one, too. Who knows? All right. Next up, we've got, let's do Mike. Mike Mack, here we go. Over the top or underneath, Mike?
Over the top, there's no question.
Boom.
There was even a patent in 1891 that specified that it was supposed to go over the top. There could also be bugs and spiders on the back of it if you can't see it. So we're going over the top.
Bugs and spiders. I like it. And it's funny that it's one of those things that's sad that one of those things that they actually have to add instructions to. You ever look at something and then you look at it and say, there's seriously instructions how to do this? You know what I'm saying? And kind of like, why? Like, well, people actually attempted this? And it wasn't until probably social media and TikTok that maybe that question was even answered, with people putting glue in their hair. And I'm like, man, this destroyed my hair and everything. I'm going to sue this because there was an instruction saying I could not put this in my hair. You know what I mean? And but the instructions out there clearly about how to put the toilet paper and stuff. I think it's quite funny that people need instructions for some of these other things that puzzle you. But Brian, Katie, do I even need to put the 30 seconds here up for you? Are you an underneath guy?
No, I'm an over the top guy, but I feel like there's something that's being brushed under the carpet here. It's the sanitation point of view, especially if you're in a public restroom. You definitely want it over the top because who knows if anybody in a public, like a restaurant or a casino or anywhere where has a public bathroom, has cleaned the wall or the toilet paper stanchion at all. You definitely want it over the top in that situation. I think the better question is, how psychotic are you if you wipe from back to front instead of front to back? That's the real debate here.
Boom! I love that one, throwing it out there. Brian, Katie, putting it out there. I like it with that one. Yeah, and you think about that. Front, isn't that always taught? Like, you know, anyone who has kids? Everybody here have kids? Everybody, yes. Okay. No, Brian, Katie,
No.
You don't have kids yet?
Not yet, no.
There's got to be a little Brian somewhere. Do you know about him or not? Oh, pull out alert or?
No, I'm just the really cool uncle right now.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right. Well, they kind of teach you that rule. I think when you're going to change diapers too, don't they? The whole, don't do the back to front. You always do the front to back because you might get the crotch rot or something like that, right? Is that the deal? So yeah. But you know what's funny though? That what really gets me is when you go to a public one, and they have, because it's efficient for them, they have the system that has the double roll and one end with the tape, with the end where you pull down over and pull up to rip. But then when that one's gone, you go to the other one and it's like the opposite. So it's almost like a pull out and up. So you're doing a weird motion anyways with that. So that's to make people happy so that if they go underneath, they're feeling accepted to. I don't know, but yeah, it's always been over the top for me because, again, what did you say? You want to say something?
No, I'm just saying, there's the public restrooms with the multiple rolls. What's even worse are the ones that are like the big enclosed cases where you can't do jack. You can't do jack if you can't switch out the roll if you suddenly roll out.
Yeah, you need the special key.
Yeah.
You know how many times I'm at work and I'm the one that's there and I'm like, God damn it, are you serious? We're put in this position here. I need the special key.
That sounds like something that would happen to you, actually.
Yeah, right, exactly. And I'm the one that I'm going to find that goddamn special key and I'm going to change this one because nobody else will. You know what I'm saying?
Take a knife and kind of jimmy it open.
Yeah. It's like, and I know how to do this. You guys don't know how to get this. You know where the special key is. And I'm damn it. But anyways, toilet paper. I could talk about toilet paper for hours, I guess. But I'm going to name a winner. It was close. It was 3-3 for a lot of people. But Brian Katie pulled up a lot of big points here with the public restroom and even the way from underneath it in the new system too as well with the way they got it. So I like his pizzazz on that one. He gets it there in a close one. Mike was close there. Stacy was close. Joe, you're working on it, I guess. You got one more question. So there you go. You're getting there. All right. This one's for Brian Katie, all right? Maybe some of you guys don't watch this and stuff, but this one's for Brian Katie. This is his wheelhouse. I'm going to throw Brian out there all ready for this one. He's going to get this one first. All right, here he goes. Brian Katie, who's the most iconic wrestler of all time, brother? And you only have 30 seconds. And I'm starting it now.
Oh, that's a horrible question for 30 seconds. Wow. If you want to talk about out-of-the-ring shenanigans, that would be Ric Flair. If you want to talk about biggest merch sales and the biggest boom of the wrestling history, that'd be Hulk Hogan. But as far as true icon of the business, I don't think you can go past Andre the Giant. Just 8th wonder of the world. I think that sums everything up perfectly for me, so I'm going to go Andre.
Interesting. Andre the Giant. Wow, that I didn't think of that one, but that's an interesting point here. Andre the Giant, iconic as well, because again, huge. And then that time of the wrestling when he came out, I think there's nobody else like that. That's why he's even named the 8th wonder of the world. When I was in my youth, I did know him from The Princess Bride first, and then wrestling after. So he is your lovable friend on The Princess Bride. All right, so next, Mike Mack, do you watch wrestling?
I don't so much anymore, but I I used to really be a huge fan, so I do have an opinion here.
Excellent. All right, here we go. You got 30 seconds on this one, brother.
Okay, so I am going with Roddy Piper.
Ooh.
Reason being, he was kind of an oasis. He teetered he was definitely a bad guy, but he wasn't really liked by anybody. Good guys, bad guys were all kind of gunning for him. Had his own show, Piper's Pit. He had a look about him to kill Hot Rod, and then he got to do movies after. They Live, awesome movie. So Roddy Piper.
Yeah, I came here to chew bubble gum and kick some ass and maul out of bubble gum. That's right. Solid line, man. You always remember lines like that, right? Hell yeah. All right, excellent. Next up, we've got Joe. Joe, let her rip. 30 seconds wrestling. What you got?
All time, that's crazy. But I'm gonna just name one of my favorite wrestlers is the Dead Man, The Undertaker. He was amazing. Like, just that aura of he could be knocked out dead, and all of a sudden he arises and then just ends up conquering the villain. It was amazing. I loved Undertaker. That'd be mine.
All right, Undertaker. All right, sounds good. That's a good one. Again, big iconic guy. He was undefeated in WrestleMania until recently, right, Brian? Or is he still undefeated?
He was 21-0, and they lost at WrestleMania 30 to Brock Lesnar, which was 2014.
All right. So now you're not a Giants fan, are you? You a Giants fan?
Me, yeah.
Yeah. Which is more hurtful then? Vince McMahon ruining his undefeated streak at WrestleMania, or Eli Manning getting taken out of the game for Geno Smith here in that starting streak?
Or Lawrence Taylor fighting at WrestleMania 11.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'm glad Joe loves that, because I'm pretty sure he would remember that. I don't know what's worse, him fighting at WrestleMania 11, or who was the short Italian dude that was like his little best friend that followed him everywhere once he retired and played golf with him all the time. He was in his documentary too. I can't remember his name, but the little dude just didn't fit with this matching jumpsuits.
What the hell was that?
Can't remember his name.
Yeah, I can't remember either, but yeah, I know it's tough. But Stacy, she's ready to talk, give her opinion on it. She's got fired up. She's ready. She's ready to let us know on one. Let's see what she's got. All right, here we go. 30 seconds, Stacy. What you got?
As soon as you said iconic wrestler, I go back to my kid and I'm like, Kerry Von Erich. Because
Kerry Von Erich. Yes, I like it.
That was my juice back in the day, right? But then I go from there to the Undertaker, because I thought that he lived in the ocean and he was an undertow and he's going to sweep me out. I seriously thought that. And then I went to, most iconic. It's got to be Vince McMahon, because he built a freaking enterprise and did it right.
Wow. All right. Excellent. Yeah, I really enjoy you bringing up the Kerry Von Erich. Me, I grew up watching WCW and all the Von Erichs there. So the barefoot wrestlers, you know what I'm saying? And Kevin was my guy. Kevin Von Erich right there. He was the shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you remember the Fabulous Thunderbirds too as well. I thought maybe one of you guys might bring up Sting possibly too, for the thing that he had always done. He was like the Undertaker, I guess, of WCW. Like, this guy could never die, and he'd show up in the rafters somehow when he was just there on the ring, and he's just there, creepily staring at you.
What about? Another wrestler that I'd love to bring up, even though his career got cut short, was the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh yeah,
that guy was amazing.
Yes,
he was. Oh, Brian's out. He's gonna lose it. He's ready to drop the mic here. Ultimate Warrior.
I'm about to walk out that somebody just said Ultimate Warrior is iconic.
He's one of those guys for me that you remember him because what he did, and he was kind of fresh, I think, for the time when he came into the WWE. But again, you kind of fizzed out and just had his thing. What do you think, Brian? What do you think about that? What is it? What don't you like about the Dingo Warrior?
Wow, you had to go to his WC.
Yeah.
You had to go there. I'm shocked you didn't try to find his name when he was a Master Blaster with Sting when they debuted. from being an obsessed wrestling guy from behind the scenes, like knowing everything that was happening behind the scenes, that's what partially kills me. But even just from a wrestling entertainment standpoint, oh yeah, he ran down the aisle and shook the ropes and had his 3 moves of doom. Good for him. That puts him slightly above Hulk Hogan. Okay, like just no. He looked like a coke addict running down to the ring every time. It was ridiculous.
Love it.
Excellent.
Do you not see Ric
Awesome.
Flair?
Oh man, yeah, Ric Flair. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot. But you know what? When it came down to the points, I went through it all with everybody here. And Brian Katie's got it again. He's just there. He did it. He's just got the knowledge there altogether when you look at it. And he wins that round. And overall, Brian Katie is our winner for the night too as well. Brian Katie wins it all. Absolutely. It's great for everybody. And I even got something here for you. Don't I do? I got the applause there, yeah.
There's a
I'm still
prize.
trying to learn my
There's
buttons.
a
Trying to learn
prize.
my buttons.
I would have done better if there was a prize.
There isn't a prize. See, that's the way I am. I'm cheap. I lure you in. I turn you on. I tell you all the great things you want to hear, and then it's a letdown.
Turn me on, huh?
You
All
know what I'm
right.
saying? I'm sorry. You know, but I got you all here, didn't I? It was a little work, but I got you here. All right, so I know it's been a pleasure having everybody on here. Brian Katie, you've got 30 seconds. Promote your shows, whatever the hell you want. Speak your mind. It could be anything. It could be what you feel about baseball, whatever, hockey, anything. Shit that's bothering you in your life right now. Let's do it. Ready? 30 seconds.
All right. Well, first off, thank you to Jimmy for having me on the show, and great meeting Mike and Stacy, and good to see you, Joe. But real quick, I just need to go over something because I'm glad the argument is starting to die because people are starting to recognize just how historic this guy's season is. The fact that we were even debating Shohei Ohtani versus Aaron Judge, shut up. Look at the history behind it, what Aaron Judge is doing, and the fact he's about to beat Roger Maris's clean record. Clean. Done.
There you go. There you go. And that's the funny thing because people want to try and debate that. You know, I mean, we hear about the greatest of all time quarterbacks, you know, baseball players, all this other stuff. Young, fresh blood with Ohtani that people like. I think the fact that he pitches and then hits as well and everything. But what Aaron Judge right now is doing, it's clearly crazy. And even it's not getting talked about enough. I mean, against, I think, under like sports media, some of the sports radio and stuff like that. But when Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire were battling for the record and stuff before, you know, when they had the juice baseballs, that was all over the place. It seemed like that was all over the world. And now I don't really hear about this that much, you know.
They were interrupting weeknight sitcoms on Fox to show McGuire at the plate.
Right. It was all driven by steroids. This is brought to you by steroids. Shoot up now. Get it now. Put it in your ass. All right. There you go. Excellent. Well, thank you guys so much. That is our second episode of Get to the Point. I want to thank you guys for joining us. Thank all of our sponsors out there, Mohawk Honda, Johnstone Supply, Colorize, and Paul Perry Kitchens out there too as well. Joe and I have some interesting stuff and great stuff moving forward for you guys for tomorrow night's show, Football on the No Show. You can follow us there at Football on the No on Facebook and also on Twitter, FB_No, and on YouTube too as well. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and go to Godzilla Media too at their YouTube channel. And you can find guys like Brian Katie out there who know a lot of stuff too. He's a know-it-all as well. And you can see shows like him, like Wayne Heath, learn some more about wrestling and stuff like that, and his disappointment for the Ultimate Warrior. But that's it. That's it for us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.